Yo, what's going on, everyone? So in today's video, we're gonna be basing cards off of how good their like dating profiles would be. This is such a stupid idea. I'm out of content. Let's just get into it. All right, so starting off with the mirror here. Now, let's see. Got the nice blue, got the nice border. Question mark doesn't know what they want to do with their life. Got the bar reflection in front of it, and now, if you're like me, your first thought was it's perfect, right? Like it has to be perfect because the mirror is literally anything you want it to be. So if you want a barbarian, you got a barbarian. If you want a princess, you got a princess. If you want the Valkyrie, you got the Valkyrie. If you want the Night Witch, then you got the Night Witch. If you want a Hog Rider, who wouldn't you got the Hog Rider? Like, it's perfect. Like the mirror gets an 11 out of 10 because nothing will come close to the mirror. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's above that. So mirror perfect. Perfect score. Nothing is going to get higher than the mirror. We got the E-Spirit here now. There's not a lot to say. He's a little guy. He looks happy. He's got a shocking personality. I hate myself. So yeah, there's not really a whole lot to say about him. I mean, I guess he lasts long and he can go pretty far. You can interpret that however you want. So, I mean, in terms of his physical abilities, I'd give him like a 7 out of 10, but he's pretty short and like I don't know, there's just not a lot to him. Like he's just a really small guy and normally that's not an issue, but this guy's like 1 foot, so issue in this case. So I'd give him like a 4, I give him like a 5 out of 10. I was gonna say 4, but I think 5 is pretty fair. Like it kind of balances out. Like he has a lot of good abilities, but just kind of small. Larry, he's Larry, 10 out of 10. Nothing else to say. Okay, we got the Fire Spirit. So even though same size as the Electro Spirit, I don't think the size is the problem this time. You're with this guy, you're hanging out with him, but if you get too close, he's going to set you on fire, and you could perish. So, not exactly ideal. I mean, he's a charming little fellow. He makes a happy little noise. He's always happy. Yeah, he even says he's on a kamikaze mission to give you a warm hug. And as I said, it'd be adorable if he wasn't on fire. So, I'd give the Fire Spirit 4 out of 10. Really good personality, but he could kill you. Now, the Ice Spirit, on the other hand, is a bit different. So he's not going to kill you. He can just freeze you. Go away, battery power. He can freeze you. But I still feel there's a bit of an issue. Like, I don't know. You go to hug him, then you're frozen for like a second, and he's gone. So, kind of awkward. Like, it's just kind of weird. So I give the Ice Spirit like a 4.5 out of 10. I can't give him the same rating as a Fire Spirit because he won't kill you. So yeah. Here we go. Here we go. The best spirit in terms of this rating. So he's a happy little guy. You can see he's got his little tooth. He's just, like his eyes. He's just looking off in the distance. He's running. He's happy. He's got his tongue out. And he's warm. But he's warm without the fire. And he'll give you a hug. And guess what? He gives you a nice little heal. He might disappear, but at least he heals you, so even if you're emotionally scarred, at least you're not physically scarred. So that's a good motto. So we'll give the heal spirit, I'd say a 6 out of 10 is pretty fair. Here's where I'm kind of stuck. Because the snowball, it's just going to land on you, push you away, make you cold, and that's it. But it's a big white ball. So 7 out of 10. We got the bats. Now, I mean, first of all, there's 5 of them. So you're going to have to be dealing with a rowdy little bunch. And, like, I don't know. Because there's 5 of them. They're small. They're fragile. They bite you. That would hurt. I just feel like this wouldn't be really good. So yeah, I think I give the bats like a 1 out of 10. It's just not really favorable. Unless that's your thing. Now we got the rage. So, almost every spell, the rage is going to disappear after a while. But depending on how you look at it, it could be good or bad. Because the rage, it's called rage. It's going to make you mad, angry. But it makes you stronger, smarter, faster, better, like, just a lot of things. So it's going to make you mad, but you're also going to get, like, physically more capable. So, bit of a trade-off there. I feel like it's a 5 out of 10. Depending on like how you view it, it could be higher or lower. So, yeah. Now, the Bar Barrel. Interesting card once again. This is one of the only spells where afterwards you actually get to, not get ghosted. So, first of all, you get hit by a big piece of wood, which, again, how you interpret it is good or bad. And then a little barbarian spawn, well, not little barbarian, but a barbarian spawns out. And then you finally have someone to talk to. And, a barbarian, like, he's not bad looking, he's, like, average. He's got a big sword to make up for, and, he seems like a rowdy guy, he's always charging the battles, so I guess it depends, like, if you want to, like, a quiet, or loud, or mix of both, but Barbarian's definitely a louder spectrum. I think we'll give him a 7 out of 10. Definitely a lot of benefits with the Barbarian Barrel. The Goblins. So, another squad card. So you got 4 of them, and this is pretty bad, like, Goblins are known for stealing. They're quick, they're fast, they're greedy, they're selfish. Like, even when they pretend to work with others, they only ultimately work for their own goal. So, even if it's not the case in Clash Royale, it's a case in Clash Clans where they came from, you gotta remember that. But even if you're assuming it's just Clash Royale, then they stab everything. And I don't know, I mean, like, assuming they're not even stabbing, they're just always stealing. So I guess it depends. If you like people, who steal, and you also want to be part of that, that's good for you, I guess. But if you don't, that's bad. So I think I'd give the Goblins 0.5 out of 10. Pretty bad. 0 out of 10, they're going to kill you. 10 out of 10, it's a big hard piece of wood. I mean, it's just gonna zap you. It's gonna hurt a little. Maybe you like being shocked. You do you, I guess. I don't judge. So 3 out of 10. It's kind of underwhelming. So we see in the Clash-orama episode where actually the bomb or wallbreaker tries to go out on a date with one of the villagers. I think her name was Melissa or something. I can't remember. But he tries to go on a date with one of the villagers. And his bomb keeps following him around. And obviously you don't want a bomb following around you on your date because 1, if someone sees a bomb, they're going to freak out. And 2, it's going to blow up and kill them and you. He's already a skeleton, so he's dead. So it doesn't have to worry. But I don't think this will go well because his bomb's going to try and follow him. So, again, you're just going to die, more than likely. I'd give him 1 out of 10. Spear Goblin. So we got a trio here. They'd be good at defending with their spears. They're pretty quick, so they know where to shoot their spears, shove their spears, chuck their spears, all of that, just in the right spot. So again, depending on what you prefer, rating could go either way, a few ways. So I think I'd give them a 5 out of 10. They're I don't know if they still steal because they're spear goblins, not normal goblins, so I don't know how that works, so we'll just give him a 5 out of 10. Be fair. He is a golem who has no emotions, and he's just cold. He's just going to make you cold. 1 out of 10. 1.5 out of 10. I'll give my boy the Ice Golem some credit. Alright, now we have the archers, so we have a duo. They're pretty accurate with their shots. I think we can all agree that's true. And in the Clash-orama series, most of them usually seem pretty mean. There are a few nice archers, so I guess it depends which, it just depends what archer you get. So it could be good archer, bad archer, who knows. But you take that chance with everything, I suppose, so I guess I'd give them a 6.5 out of 10. Not bad. Okay, so I feel like this, could be bad or good, depending, as always, but there's 3 of them. They're probably going to be above you. I don't know how high they fly in the air, but if you look at their... Look at that. Well, the knight's probably, around average height. Maybe he's, 5'6" or something, 5'8". And the minions are pretty well above them, so I'd say the minions are probably, 8 feet in the air or something. I think that's fair, like 8, 7 feet maybe. So they're pretty tall. Well, not tall, but they're pretty high up in the air. So if you're pretty tall, and I guess it could work good, because like they're right there. But if you're like short, then there's gonna be like firing their black balls on you, and I maybe you'll like that. I don't know. So I think I'd give the minions a 4 out of 10. It's just Larry's, but more. 10 out of 10. Ice Wizard, I mean, let's be real here. He's a handsome fella. Got nice hair, eyebrows, eyes, beard. Like, not a lot to dislike here. However, this guy is also, like, if you're, like, hanging out with him, and you guys are doing your thing, whatever you want to do, like, his hands are going to be pretty cold, right? He has literal icicles on his hand. Or some sort of, like, ice. Like, that looks like a big shower he's firing right there. And I'm not saying he's going to do that to you, but he's still going to be pretty cold, and if he does do that to you, that's going to hurt, because that's an icicle. Icicles hurt, so, like, if it was just based off looks, like, 9 out of 10, but I gotta give him, like, a 4. Sorry, Ice Wizard. So, now we got Spear Goblins, except their skeletons have armor, and they don't throw their spears. So, I can't remember what I gave the Spear Goblins, but probably the same rating as them. The Princess. So, she doesn't look bad. She looks fine. But, like, she seems like, she's pretty, like, fun to hang around. She's like, yay, hi, haha, bullseye, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But you're going to be feeling really warm towards her and all nice, warm, and fuzzy. But that's because that, she fires her arrows on you, and you are now burning alive. So I'm not saying she's going to do that, but, it's just like, in every single card, it's just rooted in them to do what they do best, and that's attack, defend, blah, blah, blah. So, if she lights you on fire, that's not going to be fun. So, I think I give the Princess, like, a 2 out of 10. Minor. Handsome fella, nice hat, nice cheeky little smile, and guess what? Doesn't need a car, doesn't need a plane, doesn't need a helicopter, doesn't need a boat, doesn't need a train, doesn't need a bicycle, doesn't need to walk. He can dig to your location. He can dig, and he'll be there in a matter of seconds. Even if you're kilometers away, minutes. Like, 10 out of 10. Dark Goblin, I feel like he has some trust issues. He doesn't show you his real face. Not to mention the fact that he could fire darts at you, which would hurt, and who knows what his darts are injected with. So, I feel like this is a pretty bad one. I give the Dark Goblin like a 1.5 out of 10. Sorry, Dark Goblin. You seem like a chill dude, but it is what it is. So you just combine the normal goblins with the spear goblins. There's 6 of them. Again, whatever you prefer. This could be good or bad. So this is pretty mixed here. I'd say 5 out of 10. Just right in the middle. Kind of like how you might be if you're meeting up with them. So the bandit, I feel like, is kind of another case of like insecurity. Like, she dashes around everywhere like she's invisible, she's hiding, she doesn't want to be hit by anything. So, I don't know. But if she's just hanging around, she seems like pretty fun for like the Clash-O-Rama things. Seems like a good person. So, I don't know here. Again, doesn't look bad. Kind of looks like one of the Incredibles. Anyway. So, overall, I don't know. I really don't know on this one. I guess 5 to be fair. Like, I don't know. She's just shrouded in mystery. You literally can't see him unless he hits you with a sword. Unless you're getting whacked by his massive sword, you can't see him. 0 out of 10. You really thought I was going to make a ghosted joke, didn't you? Not this time. You don't meet them until they drop on top of your head, explode on you, and release all the Larrys over you. 2 out of 10, I guess. I don't know. It just depends what you prefer. Now, this one, you don't even have to match up with this guy. He sees you. He can't even see you. His eyes are covered. He smells you, hears you. I don't know. Maybe the fish sees you and thinks you two are a good match and should get married, have a kid, have a happy life together, live on, find your destiny in life, go down the right path, explore everything together. He literally has a piece of meat. Gets his anchor, fires it around, hooks you in, drags you. Who knows where, like, the anchor got you by? It could be the eye, it could be the shoulder, it could be your shirt, your pants, your nose. Who knows? He doesn't know. And he grabs you, slows you down so you have less time to react, and then hits you with his meat. Like, again, I would give this, like a -0. That doesn't even exist, but I'm going to say -0 because it's just horrible. But if you like this kind of thing, you'd probably give him like an 8. So something's wrong with you. Again, this is an actual case of like insecurity or ghosting or something. You meet up with her, and she is going to constantly fire things at you to try and get you away from her. Why'd she meet you in the first place? Just to have her hide from you. Terrible. 0 out of 10. Plus, she would probably kill you with her fireworks. I mean, no. Just no. Doesn't do anything. He hits you. Literally nothing. 1 out of 10. It can't move, and it's going to fire big balls in your face. 0 out of 10. The tombstone can't move, but it just spawns a bunch of Larrys. And Larry's an automatic 10 out of 10, so this is an automatic 10 out of 10. You get more Larrys. Pretty easy explanation. You're going to get hit by arrows. Who wants that? The P.E.K.K.A. just to show that she can brush it off? I don't know. Terrible. 0 out of 10. They are going to land on you in a wooden barrel and then start beating you to perishment. That's probably not a word. Don't care. Why? Why? 0 out of 10. Now, you might be thinking, oh, he's going to say 0 out of 10 because it drags you away from places and forces you to be somewhere. Good point. But Tornado's pretty good at sucking, so depending on who you are, could be good rating. I would say, like 10. Now, kind of like the mirror. This depends on what you get, because the mirror can be perfect. So can the clone. If you get Larry's, clone Larry's. If you get Hog Rider, clone Hog Rider. But if you get a Mega Knight, actually, a lot of people probably like that. If you get Goblins, clone Goblins. Not a good time. So depending on how you use this, it could be good. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 to be fair. It is going to break the earth from beneath you, make you fall in, and you could possibly perish. -5 out of 10. It's going to drop a wooden box on you with a tiny guy inside with a spear. 0 out of 10. Stop trying to kill people. You're here to meet people. Like, not have them meet their demise. Now, we got the Valkyrie. She's a little chaotic and wild, as you can see in like Clash-O-Rama. There's like that one Valkyrie who like ran that like one store and wasn't happy when the Hog Rider didn't give his store, and then like the Royal Ghost was like convincing the Hog Rider to like keep the store up to like have his like father's like reputation like lived up, and then the Royal Ghost eventually like ended up revealing that he was taking advantage of the Hog Rider to do something. So so yeah, it just depends on the Valkyrie you get. Sometimes they're cool. Kind of like that one, like the snowball episode where like firing snowballs at each other, and she was like, "Oh, comedic line," and then like threw a snowball. Oh no, she said, "I love Snow Day," didn't she? I think that's what she said. So yeah, it depends. So you can either get a Valkyrie who's really mad at you for not giving up your possessions, or she's happy with you throwing some balls in her face. So it depends on the Valkyrie you get. So this is a spectrum. Overall, I think Valkyrie's an 8 out of 10. Good rating. I don't know. Like, she just... The Musketeers we've seen, like, they've either been mean and bullied the other Musketeer, or, like, the Musketeer was like, oh, I want to be like those Musketeers. So, depending on what Musketeer you get, but, like, aside from that, we haven't really seen, like, a lot of personality from the Musketeers. All they do is just fire their gun. And, that's not really telling a lot, so... 3 out of 10. Baby D, 10 out of 10. You know why. Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's cool. He's got one glowing eye. Mighty robotic warrior, horns pointing to the sky. He loves pancakes. He cooks pancakes. flipped pancakes. He'll make you the best pancakes ever. Warm, nice, fresh. The smell just infiltrating your nose lifts you up into the sky as you float towards the kitchen as he's making them. Pretty considerate guy. Seems like he likes sharing, but you better save some pancakes for him. I think the Mini Pekka is like a pretty cool guy. Pretty simple, just pancakes or anya. Pretty simple. 9 out of 10. What a great dude. Now, okay, now I'm thinking about this. You might want to be careful because sometimes he can see enemies as pancakes and think that he's like collecting them and like making them. So don't get on his bad side because he won't mess you up because he does a little bit of damage. If I can recall correctly, everything we've seen about the Dark Prince makes him seem like kind of boring. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, not a lot to say. He's got a horse. So, yeah, he knows how to ride. 2 out of 10. He is a raging, fast, quick, deadly, loud, ginger, large consumer of specific beverages, which enhances his rage. AKA rage. What do you think I was talking about? So, I mean, and he made the log, you know? So, I mean, that kind of gives him some credit. Plus, he's Canadian, which is really cool. So, I think I give the Lumberjack like a 10. No bias at all or anything. They are going to crash a battle ram into you and then meet you. You're either dead or, like, pretty badly wounded. 0 out of 10. He is going to melt you alive. Negative 10 out of 10. Again, he's going to shock you, so some people like that, so whatever. You can also use 2 hands. What do you want me to say at this point? 5 out of 10, I don't know, man. He loads up. I know what you want me to say. He loads a bunch of balls into you, okay? I get it. Okay? 6 out of 10. So here's the thing. Night Witch is the Night Witch. We can all agree that, pretty good. I don't need to elaborate. But she has kids, and if you don't like that, then I guess that brings it down by a lot. So I think I give the Night Witch 8 out of 10. They're going to try and bite you, too, so don't forget that part. So we got another trio, and they literally just roll around and zap you. It doesn't sound too appealing to me. I'd say 2 out of 10. Pretty bad. Now, you might be thinking, like, oh, Fly Machine's pretty bad, you know, it's just a machine that flies, it just fires things at you. But someone's operating the Fly Machine, and he is the... what's his name? I don't know, but he's like the builder on the other island in Clash of Clans. He's in there, so he seems like a charming fellow, so, you know, if you destroy the Fly Machine, he'll pop out, so I think it could be pretty good depending on, like, what his personality is like, so... I think I'd give the Fly Machine, like, a 5 to be fair, because I don't know what the builder's like, so yeah. So in Clash of Rama, the Magic Archer is like some Zen dude who like has no enemies, like he's just peaceful, his mind is at ease, so you don't gotta worry about this guy being bad or anything. He's really good with his bow. I mean, like, he sounds pretty good, like, you can't hate him, like, he doesn't hate anyone. He's an easygoing guy. Like, I'd give the Magic Archer like a 9 out of 10. Really good rating. So we haven't really seen anything involving the Mighty Miner except like his trailer and stuff. So just based off the game, he shoves a drill inside you and it quickly heats up. I guess it depends what you think fast or slow is. And he's going to kill you. And he can also drop an explosive, which is going to kill you. And he literally digs underground to the other side of the arena to get away from you. If anyone gives us anything above like a negative 10, what is wrong with you? So, Healer, you know, she's fine, you know. She's got a smile, she's got some nice blue eyes, you know. She looks pretty happy, so she also is a healer, she doesn't look too negative. But here's the thing. In Clash of Rama, in one of the episodes, there's a healer, and she says something like, oh, blah, 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 like, I always wanted to be, like, a Clash Royale, like, battle healer or something. I can't remember what happened, or maybe that's an entirely different episode, I don't know, but Anyway, there's a wizard. He has like some like hospital, I guess you call it, like doctor's office, and then there's a healer across town, or across from him, I guess, not across town, which does his job way better. So he actually ends up like sabotaging her, so she goes out of business. But then she manipulates him because I think he's the one who wanted to be like a Clash Royale healer, maybe not the other. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it turns out that she was being manipulative, and she tricked him. So she pulled a double Uno reverse. So it just depends what healer you get here. It's been a while since I watched the Clash Drama episodes. Don't bully me, but they are golden. So this is pretty chance here, but she can heal you, which is cool. So she also is flying. How high? Well, hovering, I guess. She doesn't look too high off the ground because her bubble isn't actually like a part of her, it's just her aura. I guess like a 5 out of 10 to be fair again, because it seems like a pretty like wild card thing here. So yeah, 5 out of 10. Big Larry, big bong stick, crown spawn, more Larry, 10 out of 10. How can you not love this man? Handsome, nice jawline, smirk, he knows what's up. Nice golden wavy hair flying in the wind. He's fast, he's quick. Yeah, not a lot to say about the Golden Knight, like 9 out of 10. Larry skeleton dragons that fire on you. Well, fireballs, I guess. I don't know. They got a big bone at least. 6 out of 10. So, I don't think the Mother Witch is really featured in any like animations, obviously aside from trailers. At this point, I'm not going to mention that because obviously they're in trailers. So, she's going to try and turn you into a pig, but at the same time, she can turn other things into pigs and can make you like breakfast or, you know, make some supper, lunch, pork chops, bacon. Maybe you take the bacon fat and like turn it into chips because some people do that. I don't know, sounds kind of weird, but I don't judge. So yeah, you could do some things. So I guess it just depends. Like again, I have nothing to base off it with. She seemed happy. So yeah, I guess like a 6 out of 10. So the Phoenix, again, nothing to base it off of really. It's just, it's in the sky, pretty high up. Yeah, like look at that. It's how high is it in the Valkyrie? Like, it's probably at least like 2 or 3 more heads taller than the Valkyrie, so it's pretty tall. And all it does is just like nabs at you from the air. So I don't know. And it can also rebirth. So I don't know if that's a benefit or not. I guess it is. I give the Phoenix like a 4. Now, mortar fire, big mortar shell. Mortar, big hole. Mortar fire, you places, save gas money. 7 out of 10. Larry, but he's going to throw a bomb on you. And he's also really high up. So, unfortunately, this is like the first Larry I'm going to give like a 3 out of 10 because you're probably going to die. So, you can't even see the Tesla until it sees you. So, you're not going to know where your, like, partner is, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Anyway. And they're just going to hide from you. And zap you to death. No, why would you want this? Negative 5 out of 10. It spawns more fire spirits that are going to kill you if they get too close. Negative 5 out of 10. So he's in a cage. He's in the slammer, and when people are in the slammer, it takes them some time to adjust to society. So you might want to give this guy some extra love and care, because otherwise, you know what's gonna happen. He's a pretty strong dude, so don't get his bad side. We don't really know what the brawler's like. I mean, he was a goblin who was falsely imprisoned by a hog rider, and the hog rider got punched, which is pretty fair, honestly. I don't know. So yeah, we haven't seen much of the brawler. I guess I'll give him like 4 out of 10. It spawns more goblins that come to your location to try and stab you. No. Negative 10 out of 10. No. No. Negative 10 out of 10. You're going... No! Negative 10 out of 10. I don't need to explain this. Pretty big fellow. He's ginger, he's bald, and all he knows how to do is punch. Pretty bad resume there, if you ask me. I'm gonna give the Giant like a 2 out of 10. Sorry, Giant. Again, another Larry, which is unfortunately going to get a bad rating. He can take you places, right? We haven't really seen too much from the balloons. We've seen people operate balloons, but not like the actual Larry inside too much. The Larrys we've seen like either crash on their instructor multiple times or get their balloons stolen by barbarians. So they don't keep a good watch over it. Don't know how to operate. This is judging on Clash Royale, by the way. And if it's Clash Royale wise, he's gonna try and drop a bomb on you. So I'd have to say like 1 out of 10. Now, the witch. The witch is the witch. She spawns more Larrys. Like, it almost doesn't get better. 10 out of 10. So, one barbarian was bad earlier. Now there's 5 of them surrounding you, and they're going to maul you. Like, I don't see the appeal. Yeah, no, just like I already said, they seem pretty rowdy. They seem enthusiastic about their profession, but not my thing. 2 out of 10. Now, the Prince, not too different from the Dark Prince. They both got horses. They're both princes. Their armor's a bit different. Different weapons, and we've actually seen a bit from the Prince in Clash Royale. He seems like a pretty charming dude with the Princess. He literally, like, he doesn't care that a fireball's about to hit him and kill him, and the Princess, he still stays there with her. So, pretty loyal dude, pretty charming, and he has a pretty long lance, so, I mean, nice mustache, nice goatee. I give the Prince, like, an 8 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair. He is going to shoot fireballs at you, but he has nice hair. And they can also be doctors. So, I don't know. It just depends what type of wizard you get, I guess. We'll give him a 5 out of 10 to be fair. More minion that fire black balls at you. Again, this depends who you are. But for me, this is like 0 out of 10. So, Bowler's pretty big. What we've seen from the Bowler in Clash of Rama is that he seems pretty, like, egotistical and, like, snarky, like, about the fact that he's so good at bowling, because he's a bowler. That's literally your profession, so don't be surprised that other people aren't as good as you. Anyway. But then he changes. He becomes a better man. He refuses to touch his ball for, like, some amount of time, and then he uses a bunch of goblins to form a ball, and he saves the town hall, and he gets cheered. And then he starts bragging about darts, so we haven't really, I don't think we've seen much else from the bowler, so aside from that, you have the Clash Royale bowler, which just throws massive balls at you, so depends who you are, but I think I'd give the bowler like a 1 out of 10. I'd give him a 2 just because he kind of redeemed himself in Clash Royale, but then he just still gets an ego about darts, so kind of ruins it. So once again, the Executioner, we see him, you know, he's like a pretty like introverted guy. He likes trimming bushes. He seems pretty like timid, and you know. Then he gets cloned, and then the clone's like the exact opposite. Like, he's extroverted, he talks to everyone, hits up with the ladies, he wants to go out all the time, doesn't even care he's a clone with 1 HP, wants to live life. But then the two switch, so now the normal Executioner is what like the clone was, and the clone's like what the Executioner was, so it seems like the clone has some side effects, and maybe what I said earlier isn't exactly true. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think I'll give the Executioner, based off that, like a 5 out of 10, because it's kind of a wild card thing whether or not you get like that type of Executioner, so yeah. I can't remember if we've seen anything from the Ram Rider. I don't think we, have. But she has a ram that she just hangs out with, which, I mean, cool for, like, rams, I guess. She also, like, throws stones at you. Yeah, not a lot to base this off here, but it sounds not too good. I'd give her, like, a 1 out of 10. So, here's where this gets interesting. So, 1 man, 2 women, and they fire bubblegum at people, which is kind of mean, honestly. Like if it wouldn't even hurt, I don't think, but it's just kind of mean. So you get a trio bundle here for the price of 5. So I mean, it depends what you like, and you're gonna have to like a lot if you like these fellas. I can't remember if we've seen, I don't think we've seen them in Clash of Rama. Maybe we have, I don't know. Anyway, I'd say like a 3. Moving cannon that fire thing at you from other cannon, 1 out of 10. They don't do anything, they just ram their heads into things. Like, I don't know, you get a cool helmet, I guess. Free bacon. I guess 2 out of 10 just because you get a free helmet, free bacon. Flying Zappy. No. 1 out of 10. Now, the Archer Queen. We've seen a lot of the Archer Queen from Clash Royale. So, Seems like she's already with the king, so I don't think she should be an option here because that's kind of like disrespectful to the king and her. So I'm not gonna rate her. Sorry. 10. More spear goblins. That's not really a good thing in my opinion. 2 out of 10. It's going to melt you alive quicker than the Inferno Dragon in Mighty Miner. No. Negative 11 out of 10. A lot of Larry. 10. Big Larry. Bigger bone. Big hat. Big bomb. Not a fan of the big bomb, honestly. But what we've seen from Clash-O-Rama is that Giant Skeleton's a pretty cool dude. He helps a tiny Larry out. He, like, towers over the trees and just... He's like, back off, boys, I'm cool and stuff. And you're not. They're like, oh, we're scared. We're going to run away now. He's like, yeah, run away. So it's a pretty cool story there. But still, he drops a giant bomb upon impact of him dying. So I guess if he doesn't die, you're fine. So if he doesn't die, I'd say like 8 out of 10. And if he does die, then that's kind of just like a negative 2 because you're gone. Fat Ginger with a cannon. Negative 20 out of 10. I know you want me to say, I'm not going to say it. Sparky is just a robot. Somehow a woman, even though it's a robot. Not sure how that works. I guess the mini Peck is a man. Or even though he's a robot. Or maybe not a robot. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. What we've seen from Clash-O-Rama is that Sparky, pretty good, does her job. And then, like, something went wrong with Sparky, so they had to try and fix her. And I can't remember if it ended up working well. Probably did. And... Wait, no, the Sparky's in a relationship. Isn't the Sparky in a relationship in Clash-O-Rama? I can't remember. It might be. I think it is, actually. I'm not going to rate this. Harder, better, faster, stronger, barbarians. With cool hats. 2 out of 10. Fat giant with 2 spear goblins. No. Negative. Just negative. It spawns more barbarians. No. Negative 5 out of 10. So, you're thinking like, oh, it doesn't do anything. It literally can't do anything. It just stays there. It doesn't do anything. So it'd be a 0 or negative. No. Here's the thing. The pump may not be able to do anything. But the pump makes you rich. So it's like... You know, I don't know. I'm going to give it a 5, because it can't do anything, but it'll make you rich. So, fair trade. 10. Negative 20. Now, hear me out. Like, you see lightning, and at least once you've thought it would be cool to get struck by that. If I got struck by lightning, I get, like, a superpower or something, maybe. Or, like, not cool stuff. So, I think I'd give the lightning, like... I'll give it a 1 out of 10, just in the smallest chance to get some superpowers. So we got Big Girl here, and, you know, pretty slow, and she has a bunch of kids, so, again, depends on what you, prefer. Whoops. I thought it was, okay, if you're wondering why I went there, it's because that's where I originally started this, but I just swapped here at some point, probably after closing the game. It doesn't matter. For me personally, I'd say like 3 out of 10. Negative 10 out of 10. Screw the Royal Recruits. I hate them. I know what you want me to say. I'll say it. Big guy. He'll hit you with his big balls. Okay, depends what you prefer. For me, it would be like a negative, like 9 out of 10. Not a fan, but depends who you ask. Negative 5 out of 10. Big fat ginger that shocks you. He does nothing. He walks slowly and explodes. No. Just no. No. Negative 6 out of 10. Now there are more of them. No. No. Negative 7 out of 10. Don't think I forgot about the seasonal card boost. The knight is handsome man, nice mustache, nice eyebrows, nice smile, good jawline. But that was the old knight. This knight looks hideous. The knight, like, the art above his card icon is beautiful. Why'd they change him? He was so good. He was so good. The old knight, 10 out of 10. This knight, 4 out of 10. Screw you. Mommy Pekka, 10. Hog Rider knows how to ride hogs, 10. And finally, we have the Mega Minion, who is just a bigger minion who fires bigger balls at you. Depends what you like. I'd give this like an negative 2 out of 10. So that's this interesting video. I don't even know what to say anymore. I just don't. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Well, next video, not next one. I'm not continuing this.